Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today I have another Nintendo Switch related video for you. We have another unboxing video of the Monster Hunter Rise Deluxe Edition Nintendo Switch. So, if you're new to this channel, I collect the Joy-Con controllers. Nintendo likes to release exclusive Joy-Cons with Switch consoles. So if I want the Joy-Cons, I gotta buy a whole new Switch. This is like my, I don't know, is this like my 10th Nintendo Switch that I've purchased? Something like that, maybe? I've lost count, which is kind of a scary thing to say, that you've lost count of how many Nintendo Switch systems you own. Yeah. Well, anyways, we're here and we're unboxing this special edition Nintendo Switch right here, and I am very excited for this. So, I'm not a big Monster Hunter fan. I've not really played the games, but they don't really super appeal to me. But you know what? I'm willing to give it another shot and try it out, because this does come with the game. But this is an interesting looking Nintendo Switch. We've had a few of these that are gray with a design on it, mainly like the Super Smash Brothers one. So I guess not really a few of them. I guess really just Super Smash Brothers comes to mind. So, you know, I would have preferred a different color, but it is what it is. Really cool artwork, though. I think this definitely stands out on the shelf, and it does look like this version has a special dock, and the Nintendo Switch itself has a special back design. Not every Nintendo Switch system does. Most of them lately have a special back, but like, for example, the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate one did not have a special back to the Nintendo Switch system. That would have been awesome, but it didn't. So here it is right here. And you can see an image of the Nintendo Switch at the front and the back, which looks really, really cool. And full game download. Bonus content valid until March 26, 2022. You have a Palamute Retriever costume layered armor, Palico Forest Cat costume layered armor, Novice Talisman for some extra assistance in the early stages. So that is pretty cool. I don't know how much of that is like I don't think there's anything exclusive to this bundle, although I could be wrong. I feel like there's a deluxe edition of the game that you can just buy, and I think that's what's included. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is something exclusive here. I don't know. Monster Hunter fans would know better. This is also a really cool backdrop here. Again, not knowing anything about the series, but still, just looks cool. I like kind of this full artwork style that they have going on there. So, anyways, enough of that. Let's get this thing open and take a look, shall we? So I'm going to do an unboxing and show you what this looks like, but then we're going to do a comparison with other Joy-Con controllers that I've purchased as well. I'm not going to do every single combination of Joy-Con controllers. I used to do that, but as time has gone on, it's just not feasible anymore. There's just way too much, but, you know, it is what it is. So here we have the Switch itself. So let's actually just pop this right out of here. And the Joy-Con controllers. All right. So we'll get to those in a second, but I just kind of want to get everything out and ready. So we have our setup instructions, etc. Okay, cool. So this is a scratch-off code, so I can show this. So full game download plus bonus content. So you redeem this from the eShop, scratch off for download code. I'm going to save this because I am actually going to download the game, and I'm willing to try it out and see how it is. There's certain things that I like to, you know, eventually maybe sell off to kind of, that I don't need, you know, extra stuff, but the game itself, I'm willing to try that. You know, if I'm spending the money for all this, I'm willing to delve into things and see how it is. So let's just get all this stuff out of the box here. And I think that's it. So, first things first, let's get out kind of the standard things that should pretty much be the same as any other Switch system as far as I understand it. One of which would be your power cable. Power brick right here. So, pretty standard stuff, USB-C, nothing fancy or special about that one. And of course your good old HDMI cable right there. Again, pretty standard stuff. Nothing special there. I don't think the Joy-Con grip is anything special, so let's take a look at that. Yep, no special design here for the Joy-Con grip. It is the standard one that comes with the Nintendo Switch, which again, if you don't know, this version does not allow you to plug in and charge while you play. There's a version of the Joy-Con grip that is sold separately, which, if I can find one near me, I have all these Joy-Con grips sitting here and I can't seem to find the one that allows you to plug. There's one right here. Let me grab this real quick. Okay. This is the one that you can buy separately that is a little translucent plastic for this part of it, not the middle part, but as you can see it has USB charging at the top. So this is the one that's sold separately. The one that comes with a Nintendo Switch does not have that. Makes no sense to me. Probably cost Nintendo like nothing to include. And yet they didn't, so there's that. So that's the Joy-Con grip. You know what? Let's grab the Joy-Con straps as well, since I don't think these are anything special. I think these are the standard black ones. Yep, they look like the standard black Joy-Con straps right here. Okay. All right, you know what? Let's go for the Switch system itself, and then we'll get into the Joy-Cons and the dock. Here it is, folks. Dun, 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 dun. So here it is from the front. You're like, okay, it's a Nintendo Switch. But you flip it over, and that's where the magic is. Check that out. That is pretty cool. Now, I know I'm going to get this question, because I get this question like every time. Is this the new Nintendo Switch with the better battery life? Yes. Every single Nintendo Switch that is being made from now on is the updated version with better battery life. They don't make the old ones anymore. They just don't. And if you want your further proof, you see the model number right here? The fact that it's HAC001, and then in parentheses is a -01. The parentheses -01 means that it's the updated model with better battery life. If you didn't know, the Nintendo Switch released, and then like, I don't know, was it a year later? At some point later, they released it was just an updated model. There was no special fanfare about it or anything, but it was an updated model that had like double the battery life basically, and that's pretty much it. Like everything else is pretty much the same. So just an FYI, every Nintendo Switch now is the updated model. So my one gripe with this, and it's my gripe with most special editions, actually all of them pretty much, is the kickstand. The kickstand, just like that screws up this design so badly. If they would have just painted onto that kickstand, that design, that would have been amazing. It would have looked so nice. But this, like, it throws it off so badly. Especially, you know, I've seen some Switch designs that are like hit or miss, and it kind of, you know, like it's a pattern design, and so it's not too bad. But this is like you know, it's supposed to be very symmetrical here, and that is just not, there's no design there. It's the same kickstand they include on every Nintendo Switch. Even the red Nintendo Switch has a black kickstand. Like, that's, like, why Nintendo? I know you're just trying to be cheap and just include the same black kickstand and everything, but, like, paint it, do something. Like, that's just, that's a bummer. So I want to kind of like the back, but that's just, you know, it's a little frustrating there. But it's still kind of an interesting design that they added, you know, to the back. Whether you're a fan of Monster Hunter or not, I think it's kind of cool, little swirls and stuff. So, you know, it's pretty neat. But of course, I have to collect the Joy-Cons, right? That's what we're here for. So let's take a look at these Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controllers. Check that out. So these are your standard gray Joy-Cons, but with some added details to them. So starting with the left Joy-Con here, in fact, I'm going to grab the normal gray one right here for comparison. As you can see, it is the exact same thing, same color and everything. But they've added this cool gold and black design around the analog stick, which I really like. I think it just kind of makes it look extra special, like it just kind of pops a bit more. And then this little design down here, which is fine. I don't really know what it is, but it looks kind of neat, you know? Like, I certainly prefer this Joy-Con to the plain gray one. I think this is kind of a neat design, especially the analog stick piece. I think that's kind of cool to have that. And then on the back, you have all these other symbols there. So I'm sure that means something to Monster Hunter fans, but it's kind of cool to have, you know, that extra little detail on the back. I do appreciate that. Especially because you can take the Super Smash Brothers one that they released, and like on the front, you know, you have a design, but on the back, they had nothing, right? So the Smash Brothers one, they didn't do much with. Now, to be fair, that was one of the earlier special editions, so maybe later on they're like, you know what, maybe we should add some more to these Joy-Cons. And they started doing stuff on the back like they've done for most other special editions. But there's that comparison. And then as far as the left Joy-Con goes, here it is right here, and then on the left is a regular gray one. To which, again, looks really cool on the analog stick, and then you have that design there as well. And then the back has the symbols again. So, looks pretty cool overall. I definitely like that style. So let's see what it looks like, everything all together. So, clicks right in, and clicks right in. There you have it. This is the Monster Hunter Rise Nintendo Switch, and it looks really nice. I bought the gray the Nintendo Switch, you know, at launch. I know they have the red and blue one, which I did like as well, but there's something about the gray that just, it looks very sleek and clean, and just kind of more, less of like a toy, if that makes sense, right? Like it looks like something special. I don't know, the gray colors just kind of make it look really sleek, and this certainly, I do like the extra design here. On the back, you have, you know, the symbols on the side, and that, like, definitely looks pretty cool. So I think they did a nice job with that. Let me know in the comments below if you're a Monster Hunter fan, and what does the design mean, or what do you think of it as well from the perspective of a Monster Hunter fan. Now, this also does come with a special Nintendo Switch dock. All right. Check that out. Look at that. That is a really cool dock. So first of all, everything else about this dock is the exact same. There's no special other fanciness, anything. Every Nintendo Switch dock functions the exact same way. It's just the design part of it, of which this only has a design on the front part. So you have these symbols in the background, which look pretty cool, but what really stands out, of course, is the gold. Monster Hunter Rise, you got that, and then this, like, dragon beast thing. It's not really a dragon, I don't know, it kind of looks like some tiger type thing, but that looks really cool. I like that. I think that gold really stands out as well, and it looks really slick. Yeah, I really like the dock. And what's cool about it, again, is, you know, it all is supposed to go together, right? So you dock the Nintendo Switch right in there, and you have, you know, the design elements here, and you have the gold around the analog sticks on the Joy-Cons, and then gold here as well. So you kind of have this gold on top of black and gray look, which makes the gold really pop a bit more, and I really like that. That looks awesome. And from the back, you do see the sides there and the top part of the design. So now this doesn't look too bad because it's, you know, the white part is kind of more symmetrical and you don't see the kickstand that screws up the design. But overall, that is really, really nice. I don't think I'm going to use this dock as of now, just because, like, I'm using the Smash Brothers dock on one TV, I'm using the Animal Crossing dock on another, I'm using the Fortnite dock on another. I already have so many other docks that I'm using, but this is definitely a really cool one though, so I do appreciate that design. Alright, so with that being said, what I'm going to do now is bring in my Nintendo Switch that I use on a regular basis, which is just the launch day Nintendo Switch. Not launch day, I should say, but it's the basic Nintendo Switch, and then I upgraded to the new version with better battery life, but it's just a basic Switch. And I haven't shown this in the video, but real quick, my wife got me this Hori Split Pad Pro. So I didn't do a video about it, but these are like these Joy-Con, type controllers. They're not actually Joy-Cons, but these controllers only work in handheld mode, but they're much bigger so that you kind of have a better grip when playing. So I just got these like a couple days ago, and I've been using them. So there's that. But let's focus on the actual new Joy-Cons, right? So let me turn on the Switch here, and I'm going to go into the controllers menu. And I'm going to grab the new Joy-Con, and we're going to see what they look like in the menu. My theory is that they're just going to look like normal gray Joy-Cons, but let's see. All right, I have the gray color, and yes, looks like they just look like normal gray Joy-Cons. Would have been cool if they would have made the buttons or something a little different color, like gold, just to kind of indicate these are Monster Hunter ones. But at the end of the day, like, the buttons are black, and the Joy-Con is gray, so it does technically... it is technically accurate in that sense. So there's that. So now let's swap out some Joy-Con, right? So let's start with the standard gray, just in case you wanted like one basic one and one colored one. Here is what that looks like. I don't know that super works, to be honest. I feel like having a design just on one side versus the other is not the greatest, but you can do it. It's certainly possible. So I'll grab this gray one here. Yeah, as you can see. So what I also want to do though is grab the Super Smash Brothers Joy-Con, because that is a gray Joy-Con that has a design. And the cool part about this is you get a little bit of silver and gold kind of contrasting. And I think this actually works pretty well. I think this is really, really cool if you want to represent Smash Bros. And Monster Hunter together. From the back, you're not going to get the symbols on this side, but this is a bit more subtle, and I feel like your hands are kind of covering this when you're playing anyways, so I'm not too worried about that. But from the front, I think that's a really cool, dual style option right there. So let's swap out these controllers and bring in the Monster Hunter one there, and the other Smash Brothers one, which I think is less appealing because it's just one silver line there. So, doesn't work as well, but theoretically possible. So, there it is. All right. So those are the Smash Brothers Joy-Con. Now, what about if I want to bring in some Dragon Quest from that Dragon Quest Special Edition right there? Now, that's a really, really interesting mashup there. Gray and blue. And I think the blue is a nice bright color, but this is kind of a fun combination, I gotta say. And this one does have a design on the back as well. So that's a fun combo. Okay. And of course you can do the opposite and bring in the blue on this side and the gray right here, which also works. Okay. So that's that. So we've tried the Monster Hunter one. What about some Fortnite? Some good old Fortnite in here. So there was a release that had a yellow Joy-Con, the Fortnite bundle, just a plain yellow, and then the blue is a Fortnite system. So I don't know if the yellow works super well, because it's just very bright, and it's just a bright yellow Joy-Con. There's no design on it. But if I bring in this blue one, which is kind of like the Monster Hunter one, although it is a different shade of blue, slightly different shade, this one works better, because you have a design down here and a design right there, which I think is pretty cool, but nothing on the back. So there's that. Okay. I do have the Disney Tsum Tsum Switch, but my wife is using those, and I don't know where she put her Switch, so I don't have those for the purposes of the video. She's at work right now. But I do have the Animal Crossing Joy-Con, so if you had an Animal Crossing Switch, you would have this blue right here. And it's that kind of creamish color on the back. So, I don't know. I don't think that works super well, to be honest. but you can do it. It's possible. That's certainly a true fact. So there's that. I'm trying to think of what other color combinations, because there's so many Joy-Con, you know, that you could really go crazy with it. I feel like the gray is just not going to work as well with a lot. Now, I do have the Pikachu and Eevee set. So from that, you kind of have this like brownish Joy-Con, which I think this is not too bad, just because you have the gold and brown and it sort of goes well, except for the fact that this just seems so plain because there's no design on it. That's the only thing. I think the Joy-Cons with designs go well together. And I think the yellow here is going to look even worse because it's a brighter color. Not as bright as the Fortnite yellow, but still a brighter yellow nonetheless. Yeah. So there is that. I think that's it for the color combos. Actually, let's do one more color combo. I'm going to take the Mario Odyssey red Joy-Cons right here. Just because these aren't like those neon bright colors. If you want to see the neon, you know, color combinations, you can look at like other previous videos that I've done with like the Smash Brothers Joy-Con and stuff, just because it's pretty much going to be similar in comparison. But these ones are at least more of a bold red. And it sort of works, you know? That's not too bad. So there is that. Now, the other thing that I do want to do, just for the fun of it, is we have our only other colored Nintendo Switch system, which is the red Nintendo Switch right here. So I'm going to pop off these Joy-Con, and we're actually going to attach the Monster Hunter Joy-Con to the red Switch. So in case you wanted to get the red Switch and the Monster Hunter Switch, that's interesting. I don't know. Like the kickstand is not as offensive here because now you have some grayish blackish colors versus it being completely red except for the kickstand, but it's still bad. But and this is the reason why I don't use the red Switch regularly, is because the red very specifically is only going to work with certain colors. You know, a lot of the other Joy-Con color combinations just aren't going to work as well. It's cool. I like that they did make a colored Switch. I think that's awesome. It just stands out, you know? So it's for a very specific want and need for that color combo there. The other thing that I do want to do, though, is show you what the Joy-Con look like in the Joy-Con grip here. So if you're playing it like this, this is what you're going to get. Pretty standard, simple, but looks good. Looks good. And just for the heck of it, the Mario red Nintendo Switch came with the blue Joy-Con grip. So if you wanted to see that color combination, doesn't really go well together, but it's interesting. I do like crazy color combos sometimes. Sometimes that's kind of part of the fun. So there you go. There you have it. And lastly, we have the Joy-Con strap. Now, I have a variety of Joy-Con straps. I am not going to go through all of those color combinations. There's just no time for that. And again, you've seen similar things in previous videos as well. But this is the black Joy-Con strap that it comes with. And of course it's going to work fine because black is very prevalent on the Joy-Con controllers themselves anyways. Okay. And just for the heck of it, I have the Mario ones right here, in case you want to see some added color. Which I feel like the colors, the bright colors and contrasting colors, work a lot better with the Joy-Con straps, just because they're kind of like that extra supplemental color. So I do appreciate that a lot more than I do, you know, some of the other Joy-Con combos on the Switch itself. I think these are a little more subtle in a way. It's kind of like an extra little touch. And lastly, I have the Animal Crossing ones near me, so I'll just grab these real quick. But yeah, as you can see, like, this works a lot better than if you were to have a full-blown color combo. So, there you have it. So, that is the Monster Hunter Rise Nintendo Switch system. I'll plop these back on right there. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this system. Overall, I feel like it's a pretty cool special edition. I tend to prefer different colored Joy-Con, like having new colors of Joy-Con rather than just an extra like decal basically onto an existing color. So, you know, it's not my favorite special edition system just because it is a gray system at heart. However, they've added a decent bit of extra stuff onto it, especially the dock together really makes it stand out, and I think that's a cool package overall. So I think if you're a fan of Monster Hunter, this is definitely one to look out for. Let me know in the comments below if you've picked this up or are interested. And I will continue to collect all of the Joy-Con controllers. I do have the new Fortnite Peely Joy-Con set pre-ordered, so I'll review that when that comes out. And, you know, if any other Switch systems come out, we'll take a look on this channel for those Joy-Con, especially that rumored Switch Pro, whenever that happens. All that good stuff will be on this channel, so make sure you're subscribed. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you later.